This is Just Zach and Spirit Show.
I'd love to talk about your research, actually, because that's something that, I find research fascinating. So you're an expert in wine tourism and a particular focus on cellar doors, is that right?
More or less, yes.
Yeah. Bring me up to speed.
Yes, so I, as I said earlier, this started because I realized, and this is a secret I've closely guarded until now, but, I'll share it.
Sure.
And arguably the easiest place to get people to complete a survey is at a cellar door.
Okay.
Because I used to own, and I still do, a small market research consultancy. So I've done research commercially, project-wise, in shopping malls by intercepting people everywhere. You name it, at festivals, at the railway station, etc. Those places are notoriously hard and difficult. People always in a hurry, always, most of the time they don't want to complete a 10-minute survey or whatever. At a winery, it's probably one of the most relaxed opportunities you'll ever get to do this. So I've done a variety of projects there, and it has, covered many aspects of, call it consumer psychology. So I jokingly call myself, if you ask what I am, I'm a consumer psychologist, basically. So I try and find out why people buy things and don't buy things and who they are and what, all those underlying reasons. So I do research on risk perception. I do research on brand image equity, and brand equity amongst customers, regional destination perception. I've done many and published articles on those topics. I've done research on word of mouth, on communication, seeking advice. And I nearly forgot to mention involvement, consumer involvement in the product category. So I've developed scales to measure the degree of that, segment the market. And one of the areas I've published most in as a result is market segmentation. So I've published quite a bit of stuff in that space, in marketing and consumer behavior journals. So that's mostly what I do, what I have done in the wine industry.
Yeah. Did you want to go through one of the studies that, maybe one more recent or one that you've made a bit more of an impact with?
Yes. Sorry, I was a bit quick to interrupt you. Yes, absolutely. We have, as you know, very close to Adelaide, McLaren Vale.
Beautiful area.
25 minutes drive, half an hour maybe, from our CBD is McLaren Vale. They have a very well-developed and big wine festival annually during the long weekend in June called the Sea and Vines Festival.
That's the one.
And that was again one of my targets. I thought this would be a very good way to get hold of consumers, do surveys about the festival and about themselves, because there are two things to this. When you come to the festival, I ask you how you found the festival, how satisfied you are, why did you come here, how did you get here, etc. I also ask you about your regular life outside of the festival. So how much wine do you regularly drink? Where do you buy it from normally, etc., etc. How much did you buy today? How much did you spend on food? And how do you rate the facilities, the toilets, everything? Anyway, and so I did such research for them, going out there with a team of student researchers who each I dropped at a winery. So it was a very big responsibility with a clipboard and many questionnaires. And we would come back after such a day. It used to be 2 days long with about 500 completed questionnaires, which means that's a very big sample, 1,000 over 2 days. And one of the things, I'll never forget this, so I say this with a smile, it's a very good example of what you've just asked me. And there were others too, but this one stands out. They were, before the festival, dropping flyers, printed flyers, color-printed flyers, into thousands of mailboxes in Adelaide, hoping that people would read it and then come to the festival. So that's quite a long time ago, and not in present day, not in, at the moment, because now, of course, the social media kicked in. It was before the social media, really started becoming popular. And I did one simple thing, again, using my common sense, which hopefully I have some of. I said, we're going to research exactly the postal codes these people come from, originate from. And you know what I found? That most of the people who came to the festival did not, no, let me rephrase that. They were dropping pamphlets all over Adelaide and costing them $50,000.
Wow.
The promotion, which is a lot of money, even in today's terms. I'm talking about 10 years ago. And I said, you know what? The people who actually came are from the following suburbs. Those are your hot spots. This is the rocket side, Zach. That's where you should drop the pamphlets, and go and drop it at the pubs in that area and the bottle shops in that area, that when they buy wine or go for a meal, they can pick them up. Oh, it's Sea and Vines Festival are going in 2 weeks' time. I need to go.
Yeah.
I not only saved them probably $20,000, $30,000 because they, could target it. It was incredibly efficient, and those people did come.
Huh.
Which just shows it was target marketing at its best.
Yeah. You realize
using research, and to this day, I believe in the saying, research-informed strategies are smart strategies. And I taught them that.
Yeah.
Because at the time, research on the customer was quite a new thing for the wine industry. The wine industry being very traditional, farm-based, etc. So don't forget to be fair to them. And as I said, my family in this business. So, I understand that 100%. That to be successful in business, you need to know everything there is to know about your customer and optimize, and satisfy his and her needs profitably. That helped towards that, and they really embraced it. They wouldn't let me go. Eventually, it was me who said, listen, I think we should divorce. I don't want to come here every year and muster 20 people, and it's a very big responsibility. So by then, this is a bit selfish. I said academics are selfish, so I'm not completely unselfish. I'd published several papers in the festival event space, in very high-ranked journals, based on those studies, which I got for free. Because guess what I did? I wrote a report, an executive report for the Wine Association. And of course, all the work was done cost-free. So, it was amazing.
Wow, it's really impactful.